Welcome back to Collectors versus Creators podcast. I'm your tired ass host, JG Collects. And as y'all can see, I'm in another room. New year, new me, baby. And today I got two special guests with me, two extraordinary ladies that I found on TikTok that are creating an app that's going to bring the anime community together through positive and not negative discourse. I got the ladies of Fanimate. I have Blue and Sajida with me. How's it going today?
It's going good. I'm really excited.
It's going pretty well.
Yes, and how's been your stay in Pittsburgh so far?
It's been nice, very cold. Lots of snow. Almost fell a couple times, but all good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Minnesota, so I'm pretty used to it.
Yeah, and before we even get into the app, let's get into what y'all, who are y'all as individuals. So, Sajida, with you being Indian descent, I never interviewed or talked to anybody Indian about this, but how is anime perceived in your culture?
Yeah, so anime that's perceived in my culture, it's not really. They just view it as just, oh, it's just another cartoon, you know? They don't see it as like another community. So yeah, it's just another cartoon in the Desi community.
But growing up for you, since you were basically how it sounds by yourself watching it, how difficult was it for you to even just like build friendships or even just enjoy this since it wasn't accepting?
Yeah, well, actually, my sister's the one who got me into anime. She's the one who actually, we used to walk to the library and rent out the Naruto collection. So we would rent out the episodes, and she got me into anime. Um, in terms of the community out there in Minnesota specifically, there isn't really much of an Indian community there. I live in the cities, and they're kind of scattered in the suburbs. So it was just really the community was like my sister, my siblings, so my sister, my brother, and everyone else, like my cousins. They weren't really into the whole anime because, again, it's just viewed as a cartoon. So they just was like, it's not adultish, it's childish. So that's kind of the aspect there.
Man, that is crazy. But shout out to your sister though for like keeping the love and keeping you into this. And it came out to something crazy for you. And I'm gonna ask you, Blue, what was anime like for you growing up?
It wasn't like a big deal or anything like that. I grew up with brothers, and both of my brothers really like anime. My brother was trying to get me to anime a long time, and I didn't necessarily get into it until I was going through like a rough patch in my life, and I decided to give Naruto a try. And that's when I kind of saw like the big deal about anime. But it wasn't like just big thing. My brothers liked it. My parents loved like that they liked it. But yeah, so
I mean, that's good to hear because a lot of people have different outlooks and things that they went through. Some people been bullied for watching it. Some people haven't. I like to hear everybody's experience, what it's like with anime, because it also brings a lot of people together in these stories. So what has been your favorite animes throughout your journey?
well, mine has been Naruto. Obviously,
Shout
that's
out to
my number
Naruto.
one. Like I said, Naruto brought me out of a very tough spot in my life, and the character alone, like I know when people hear Naruto, they just think it's so just a generic answer, but Naruto is just an amazing character that just makes you smile when you're going through. Like I literally was crying and I was smiling when I started to watch Naruto. And then my second favorite is My Hero Academia. I think it's a beautiful story. I think Deku is a great representation of someone that is a hero, and I absolutely think that it's probably the best new. Well, it is the best new gen in my opinion, and it definitely has helped when it comes to my mental health. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think just to piggyback off of Ashanti here, definitely Naruto. Because I used to rewatch Naruto from start to finish. So a lot. And then in middle school, I would kind of draw the characters and just kind of right before school would start and just plaster it on my notebooks. So definitely Naruto has been the biggest impact of my life. But also, when I started to dabble into others, I would say the OG Fruit Basket was
Wow.
was when I started to realize I have a very strong opinion on anime men because Kyo Soma was my number one for a while.
I wasn't expecting to hear positivity from Fruit Baskets. That community, look, y'all got something today, all right? And at what point were y'all this? How did y'all even come together to even like start to even wanting to do this app?
I love this story. I love this. So, fun fact, Sajida and I actually were coworkers, and I'm not going to speak about the company that I was working with, but it is the company that I recently left, and I met Sajida through there. And so she and I like instantly bonded over anime. Once I knew that she loved anime, oh, it was up from there. And I remember coming to her like, "Oh, I have this idea." I was going big at first, and she was like, "No, we need to go down a notch. What can we do right now?" I'm like, "Okay, we can make an app. Like, I know exactly how to do this." And then she's the brains. Let's go ahead and get it done. And so from there, we literally like that exact day was figuring out how to get our LLC, how to get the app going, what was the best way to go about it to get it up like this. And just seeing how we were able to, show up on the platforms to reach the community. And from there, it's just been basically just rolling.
Yeah. We were on, I think on a business Google Meets meeting, and she was like, she just yelled her cat. Her cat's name is Shikamaru, and I was like, and so I was like, wait, I was like, that's from, I'm like, do you watch anime? Because that's from, Naruto. And she was like, yeah, I watch anime. And so that's kind of how we kind of spiraled our professional to kind of our friendship, which is anime.
Hey, that's a beautiful story. And y'all came together. Y'all started making this app. Even the name. Why did y'all call it Fanime?
Okay, we was going back and forth on the names, and we was both just like, "Oh, this is not hitting." And then one day I was just like, "Wait, fan anime? Why not just Fanime?" So that's kind of what we just came up with. We both were fans, and we're trying to reach fans, and then it's for anime. We just collided it together.
Yeah, she just called me as I'm driving back from work one day, and she's like, "Hey, it's gonna be Fanime." I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
Simple but effective though. But how long did it take y'all to actually start putting this into motion to where y'all, all right, I'm ready to put this on different platforms?
Ooh, we talked about it like late August, and immediately in September we were up on social media.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like August of this year.
August.
I mean, last year, I
of
meant to
last
say,
year. We
yeah.
literally
Yeah.
talked about it. We came up with the idea and everything in August of last year, and we were trying to get this moving. So right in September, I could be wrong, but I think our first post went up on September 9th. Could be wrong, but that's exactly when we started talking about it and building the audience.
Wow. Shout out to y'all for doing this really quickly. But when it comes to building that audience, how much of that audience were just a little skeptical because y'all are newer, they don't know y'all, and y'all are two women?
A lot of people were skeptical. We have gotten comments about us being American, and I'm pretty sure people were also worried because we are women founders. But one of the things that I talked to Sajida about is that we are anime fans before we are, founders of the app. So I wanted us to basically just express that to people, and people trust us because we have been showing them that we are just like y'all. We are fans. We want your opinions. We've been taking in their suggestions and literally acting on it and just kind of reiterating them so that they're able to trust us as we are building the app. And so far, it's been working. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Also, what I've been trying to tell Ashanti here that we should continue to do is letting people up, like we update them in real time, like of what's going on within the app and things like that. And so I feel like that also builds a bigger trust. Because even our beta testers today, they would be commenting on our posts, just like, oh yeah, no, they're really on top of their thing. Like we got comments saying like this is the fastest, like we're fixing bugs and things like that. So
I definitely can say they are on it because I've dabbled into the app. They are on it. Like I've never seen this before when it comes to response time. But for those who haven't really got a full scope of it, this is your sales pitch right now. What is Fanime and why should people get on the app?
That's a good question. So Fanime is not your typical social media app. We all have, other social media platforms, the big ones, but Fanime is specifically the app that's going to be built, the next social home, the go-to social home for the anime community. So the goal is for you to go there, post, for you to post your content, message, like, do whatever you want to do, but it also comes with interactive features that let you do exactly what anime fans love to do. Anime loves to talk about who can run the gauntlet. People love to talk about, power scaling. Not that we are promoting that. But people love to do that. They love to debate. They love to do trivia and basically talk about how much they know about the anime. And so our app is literally for fans like that, people who are really passionate about the community. And we have been trying to get people to understand whether you are a creator, whether you're a cosplayer, whether you're someone who edits content, this is a social media app that you want to be on because it's literally for you. It's literally for you. So
Or even the ones like myself who really enjoys watching all of it, you know, and not really being like active on social media, but thoroughly likes the edits and like the cosplaying and all the videos. I mean, it's a space for you too, you know.
When y'all were first like presenting this out to everybody, have y'all had people say, "Oh, why don't I just use Instagram? Why don't I just use Threads or Discord? Why should I even just get on this app?"
So I don't think we've gotten that question just a lot because we have been very specific with what our app is for. But if we were to get that question, I think that the app speaks for itself because on Instagram, it's a social media app for everybody. It's not specifically for our culture. And anime is our culture. It's a very passionate niche community. And our app is for that community. So when you go to our platform, what you're going to see is anime. You're going to go there knowing exactly what you're going to see. You're going to go there, create content, and be able to interact with people who are creating content specifically like you. When you're on Instagram, everything else is there. It's not just about anime. Anime on our app is specifically what it's about. Like, that's what it's about. So,
It's like you get to find your voice, you know. You're not going to be lost in the comment sections. But yeah, I mean, it's how her and I, like, we came together. And so, and people are like even reaching out to us as like the beta's in progress, like, hey, I made a new friend. And, you know, like now we're talking about anime. Like now I have someone to talk to anime with and like, you know, kind of get to know with because most of their friends don't necessarily watch anime. So it's just finding your people.
Yes, that is dope. And with also finding your voice with the positivity, there's also a negative aspect. How are y'all going to handle when you see people come in creating chaos? I know there's people been skeptical, like how are they going to go about our safety and protecting the community?
okay. So Sajida here is like the mastermind of, the back end just to ensure that we are doing what we can in terms of the back end operations for minors and everybody. But we do have policies in place, whether that's a private policy, terms and conditions, a safety policy specifically for minors, if I'm not mistaken. And we also have moderators during beta, but of course, as we grow, we'll have a bigger team. But our moderators are literally going in the app daily, checking everything, making sure that comments and stuff are just being looked over. And you can expand on that a little bit more about the moderators and the policies as well.
Yeah, so also just want to touch the base that we do have the reporting feature on and we have the blocking feature on. But in terms of protecting the minors, Fanime is going to have age-based restrictions. So from 13 to 15, they cannot message. They they can't really comment. They can't join debate because our debate is going to be once you're 18, it's going to be 18 plus for the debates. But they can do trivia. And then when you get to that 16 to 17 kind of range, you're already in high school and high school already like preps you for debates and like you're really just trying to find yourself. So with that, like then the messaging features will be open. You can do chat rooms, but the chat rooms will be like, you'll have to get it approved by us just to make sure. And then that will be monitored.
Just to kind of piggyback off she said, I'm not sure if she mentioned it, but if you're 13 through 15, you only can join the chat room specific like that we create. So with our chat room feature, users are able to create their own chat rooms, they're able to list their own rules, they're able to put it as private, except, members and decline members. But if they are under the age of 18, they're only able to join the official Fanime like chat rooms that we have created. So that way, it's only our chat rooms and not like user created chat rooms. And then if they are 16 through 17, since she said that they're entering that age where they are becoming an adult sooner rather than later, they are in high school, they're able to enter chat rooms and create chat rooms, but their chat rooms need to be approved by us before it goes live to the public, basically, on the app.
So y'all mentioned the age brackets. How would you be able to tell who is 13 from 15? Are you gonna have people sign in with their IDs? Because I know this is something a lot of people are wondering.
So that is something that we have been working on the back end to kind of discuss and see how we're going to roll that out, especially as we enter that stage of wanting to go public. We are wanting to make sure that we are abiding by all laws, legals, and things like that. And once we have that in place, that will be something that we're able to kind of roll out to the public for their knowledge. But at the moment, we are literally discussing it on the back end.
With this being in beta and you two are just constantly working on this, what has been like the biggest hurdle so far with this app?
The biggest hurdle
Yes.
is things that we cannot control. So, like at the moment, we have hit this hiccup, unfortunately, and obviously we love Apple. But unfortunately, there are things that are beyond our control that our iOS users are waiting for, like the recent update with like our next build of the app. But we can't roll it out yet just because of our account like not being found, I think. And I know they're actively working on it, so hopefully it's fixed sooner rather than later. But those are things that we can't control. Anything that we can control, though, we do act on. Like if not immediately, we try to act on it as soon as possible. And then basically just go from there. But there are many things that are just beyond our control at the moment, with just basically rolling out bills and also trying to scale the app, which requires funding as well. So.
I think another thing is sometimes people are beta testers. Sometimes they forget that we're just in beta. And
I
so
was going to ask you about that next, but we're here now.
yeah, so like with the bugs and things like that, and so we just kind of post videos that kind of reiterates like, hey, we are in beta, these are our problems that we are trying to fix right now, but most of it has just been honestly positive feedback.
And that's good because the anime community is very critical, especially when it comes to things we love. And you already said since y'all are in beta, because a lot of people be like, oh, how come this isn't working? Beta, reading's fundamental. A lot of people don't like to read, but how long do you plan to have this in beta before it actually rolls out?
So our hope is to remain in beta up until June. Specifically, we're hoping to go live on June the 13th. So we actually just finished phase 1 of beta. We did a full survey to see what our beta testers have been thinking so far about every single feature, what they want to see next, what they want us to improve. And we honestly have received, not to toot our own horn, but we've received mainly positive feedback. I would say the only thing that we have to work on, obviously, is improving just the function of the app, making sure that it loads fast and things like that, which we are working on. But the basis of the app alone, what our features are, people are loving. And they want in dark mode, so we just rolled out dark mode. Like things that they are wanting, we're acting on it, making sure that before we go public, we've addressed the majority of the things that they've been asking for and having concerns about. But majority of it has been positive features. So that's good.
Yeah, and I do want to say, any of y'all that are curious about this app and want to join, and you see something negative, the moment you speak on it and they say it, I promise you they're going to be on it. What has been your favorite thing about the app so far?
My favorite thing?
Yeah.
I really love the trivia feature, actually. So I personally, I cannot do the trivia feature because I create the trivia feature and I think that wouldn't be okay. But I absolutely love the trivia feature because I've seen a lot of like users, especially our main beta testers who've been here since day one. They are really liking that trivia feature. They are constantly talking about, oh, like I'm going to be number 1 this week, wanting to be number 1 on like the global leaderboard. And I think it just shows how passionate like our users are with like really showing other people that they know what they know when it comes to anime knowledge. And it's just really, it's amazing to see because I personally love showing people that I know more than you do. So to see that the users as well love that, it makes my heart happy. I love it. So.
I personally love the chat feature, and especially on the Naruto one and the JJK one. I now like there's some beta testers who already knows me now, but they're like, oh, she's coming. Here she comes with her long paragraph.
Hey, not no goddamn paragraph.
Oh no, they're like, yeah, they're pretty.
They be long.
Especially the Naruto ones,
It gets
and
deep.
if they know, because it gets deep. Like I said, it was my number one. I grew up with that show quite literally. When Shippuden came out, I was watching it on Disney XD. Like as it was rolling out and stuff. So when it comes to Naruto ones, you can even go back on the chat. You can look in the chat. People are like, "Oh no, she's coming." So
They like, oh, don't disrespect Naruto in front of her. But like me, I like to playfully have banter and troll folks, especially the One Piece community. Y'all know how I go on y'all. But when it comes to just even people doing the debates and even the trivia, well, especially the debates, it can get heated because everybody, as you say, wants to prove that they're more knowledgeable. If it gets too rowdy, what are y'all gonna do?
So right now we are still actively working on the debate feature. We purposely have not rolled the debate feature out because we know that when it comes to that, it's going to be power scaling. It's going to be just a lot of it. But we do know the basis of the debate feature is that people, when it's a virtual debate, people will be able to join as like a viewer or watchers. Not viewer, watchers, sorry. Viewer or debaters, and then like the people, like the users, will be able to choose the winning side. And when they are in person, that's when obviously we're going to have to get into like having security and things like that, which might seem like it's overboard, but I feel like it's needed because again, these are going to be adults debating. We are going to make sure that there are no minors debating because anything could happen in a debate. But the hope is that these would be like in-person events, I think maybe monthly or probably quarterly, depending on how fast we grow and what we can get in place. But with that is going to become like having security, moderation. I'm thinking off the top of my head right now because we are still actively working on planning that out, which is why we haven't rolled it out in beta.
no.
She's like, nah, you got it. I mean, when it comes to like the future of Fanime and this app, what do you have planned to keep everybody engaged and staying with this?
I was waiting for this question. So I came to Sajida recently because one thing that a lot of other platforms have is that creators, they earn on there, right? They are able to earn something, although someone is going down right now, but they are able to earn something. So the hope for Fanime is that we're able to roll out like prize pots, even with like the debate feature and things like that. We have a leaderboard right now. So the hope is that we'll be able to crown a winner like monthly, quarterly, and yearly. That's the hope right now. They'll be able to redeem basically their points for prizes. People are going to be able to boost other people's challenges, which is a new feature that we just rolled out. So in the future, we hope that they'll be able to boost people challenges, creators are able to earn and things like that. And we do feel like that's going to be the thing that keeps people coming back to our app because people are already wanting us to host challenges. They're already wanting us to find a way for them to get rewards and gifts or like PR and things like that. So this is going to be that feature that I think will honestly bring them back more than anything because who doesn't want to earn something that's dealing with anime, like an anime prize or an action figure or something like that. So anything else?
I mean, no.
I basically
really.
just covered
Yeah,
it.
she's like, I'm just here for the vibes at this point. If I let you go, you got it all.
Basically, but that's the hope for it. So,
and all these features, everything you're putting into this app, is it free or is there going to be a subscription base?
So there is going to be a premium version in the future. We actually have been talking about that because what we have been doing is taking feedback from beta testers, seeing what they would want in the premium feature. Because we know for a social media app, when you bring out like, oh, you're going to have to pay for a subscription, for like just a subscription or a free version, people wonder like, what will the subscription have? So we have been taking in their feedback. What do you want in this feature? What do you feel like is worth paying for? I know so far they've been thinking about having like longer videos, and that is valid because typically when it comes to social media platforms, they don't start off with like 5-minute videos. They don't start off with even 2 minutes. They start off with 1 minute, but people are saying have like 5 minutes when it comes to the subscription. Have them be able to have access to more challenges and things like that. So that's basically the idea of that feature, but we are planning it out because we actively have been wanting feedback from beta testers in each phase to understand what they feel like is worth paying for within the app.
And are you still looking for beta testers?
We are still looking for beta testers. We welcome all beta testers, as much feedback as we can get within the app, especially as more people. There was there was a week, or like I remember 3 days, about 150 beta testers had joined within those days alone, and the amount of crashes that we happen. We need that feedback. Like, we need to know if we have like an extreme load of people joining the app, will our app crash? Like, what's going to happen if it's not going to load and things like that. So we welcome all beta testers. We really do speak and like vouch for when we say that your suggestions, we don't just take them and say, oh, we're going to write them down. We actually write them down, and we talk immediately about how we can implement, and act on those suggestions. So.
Yeah, if you could see our phones and see how much voice memos we'd be sending each other on the suggestions and things like that, it's crazy. So we really do take them.
Y'all are working around the clock on this, but y'all doing it for the community to bring everybody together. And earlier you mentioned, I mean, obviously a lot of people don't know these apps cost money. So how are y'all going about trying to fund this project, and how much would y'all need to actually for this to be sustainable?
And so with the app, we do currently have a crowdfunding going on, and it's to raise $100,000. Wait, that's that right? $100,000, y'all. My brain is overload right now, but $100,000. And the reason for that is because, like, clearly a lot of things go into the app. We are paying for subscriptions right now out of savings and own personal funds and things like that. But we do have a crowdfunding going on, just so if beta testers want to be able to donate, they can. We are currently looking for investors, which is where Ms. Sajida comes in, being able to vouch and see what we can do to get investors involved into Fanime. So right now, that's pretty much it, and also applying to grants. So that's happening too.
Now, have y'all looked into the convention scene, trying to be panelists to bring Fanime more eyes on?
Okay. Actually, she and I just met just to see kind of what we're able to go ahead and get started this year. Obviously, we just started a few months ago. So our initial thing was, hey, we need to get this up, go ahead and get like the crowd kind of growing to see what's actually the traction we're going to get, how many people actually want this. And now that we see people actually want it, we know that we can now go in person and market it, and people will want it then. So now we're just basically in the talks and just trying to see where we can go and what conventions we can go to really go ahead and get Fanime out into the public in person. I hope that answered your question. I just forgot it like when I started talking.
Yeah, I know you just be going. Once you start, you just keep flowing and going. But like, I'm plugged in with a lot of conventions. This is your shot right now. Conventions, why should they have you as a panelist?
That's a good question. Am I taking this one too quick?
Yeah, you take this one quick.
Okay, so well, our social media app is specifically for your community. That's literally what our app is for. If you have any, app there, it should be Fanime. Like, we are literally for your community. So it's going to get traction. People are going to want to join the app because, again, it's for them. It's by anime fans. And we're not just people that just want to be at a convention just because we are just like, people that want to be in the convention, but we are actually anime fans. We live for this. So we're not just showing up as co-founders, but we are showing up as fans ourselves. And I think that what makes us a lot, different from other people who want to just make things because they see profit, because they see a way to just, have something that's going to go popular. That's not what we're here for. We're here because we actually enjoy the community. And I think that's what makes us stand out and will make us stand out when we are at these conventions with our app.
I'm JG Collects, and I stand by that message. That was fire. But when it comes to these convention scenes, they are a little finicky. You're about to find out here in a little bit. And outside of Fanime, y'all got your own individual projects going on, and you also help out on the other end on social media. You could talk about that for a second.
So yeah, I've been doing like marketing for about 5 years now. I do social media management, I do website design, I do graphic design, logo, whatever you name it, I do it. And that's actually what has been helping us with Fanime, because one thing I said that when we first decided to make Fanime, we knew that it could be successful because we both have experience in so many areas. I've done marketing, I've done operations, she's done operations, she done administration. So we knew that putting this together, it would be perfect figure out how to make Fanime grows, basically. But to answer your question, though, marketing, I do social media management, website design, logo. You need an app built, I'm your girl. I do it all, honestly.
And what's the name of that?
It's called The Social Infinity. So
Loud and proud.
it's called The Social Infinity.
And you, Sajida, the stuff you do outside of Fanime?
Yeah, stuff outside of Fanime, I just finished with my graduate degree. What I went for was in healthcare. So I did healthcare management, and then my master's degree I finished in healthcare administrations. However, I actually own a restaurant with my father in Minneapolis, and just been living the life as a business owner since August of 2025. So kind of around the same time when we started talking about Fanime. So I had those two things kind of going at me all at once.
Wow, y'all really hit the ground running. I'm like, damn, y'all just in this, but y'all killing it right now. Y'all got the app going. Y'all got y'all own individual things going. And if anybody wants to support or even just donate, where can they do that at?
They're able to donate. So right now, we actually just got our website live for Fanime. So they're able to. Yours about Fanime, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They're able to go. Y'all, it's a day. It's been a day. But
Nah, it really has.
But you're able to go on our site now, and we actually have a section that talks about our crowdfunding. So you're able to go to find our GoFundMe link. We also have a partnerships email as well, so that if anyone would love to work with us, invest, or anything of that sort, they're able to reach out through our partnerships email.
And also just wanted to say, even if they can't donate, just letting other people know, or just being a beta tester, because that's also a really good way to kind of support our dreams and goals.
Yes. And when it comes to just even with support, y'all guys are primarily on TikTok. How come y'all haven't branched out and just, I mean, I seen the Instagram page. It's a little lacking and like Threads, and there's other fans of anime that are on these platforms who might feel alienated behind that or don't know. How come y'all haven't been branching out?
So we are going to branch out. I will say that I'm making that a priority for other platforms. But in all honesty, we've been having a lot. Like you said, she runs her restaurant. I'm also having my own personal issues and also trying to work on a social infinity. So we've had a lot of things going on, but we have recently talked, and we don't want to have baby number one not be fed. We call Fanime baby number one. So we don't want baby number one to not be fed. We are going to make sure that we are showing up on other platforms, especially because TikTok is changing, and we want to make sure that we are showing up in other areas, especially Instagram, Threads. We even want to be on, I was going to say X, but it's Twitter to me, Twitter and other platforms too.
I don't know about that Twitter. I mean, X one, because it get wicked over there. But y'all definitely should branch out, get those fans from over there. The support over there is definitely crazy. And where can people find y'all at on your main platform?
At Fanime app.
Fanime at TikTok.
Oh, yeah. They can find us Fanime app on TikTok. It would actually be Fanime app on every platform. I'm pretty sure everything is Fanime app. Just Fanime app.
Pretty sure it's crazy word, but you guys heard all that. Make sure you follow them. Make sure you support. These women are definitely killing it out here. I'm JG Collects. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because I'm tired of telling y'all this every goddamn time. Yes, I'm back to threatening y'all because y'all act like y'all don't know how to do it. Y'all do it for everybody else. And like that, I'm out.